Uh, you know, sometimes people ask me, what is the most difficult part of your job? And the answer is very easy, and it comes very readily. And the answer is, the most difficult part is having to watch your patients die. And it's the most excruciating pain you can imagine. And imagine you have three or four patients die in a single day. You go to the children's ward, and a child that was hit with an incendiary bomb from the Sudan Air Force, 60%, third-degree burns on his body, dies in your arms. You go from that to the female ward, where a woman with terminal breast cancer dies. Next to her is a woman that you've had to amputate the leg after stepping on a landmine. You go to maternity, and a mother with toxemia, pregnancy, preeclampsia, has a convulsion, and she dies during childbirth. You go to male ward, and one of the soldiers who operated on maybe the previous day, maybe 2 days before, dies, and you're sitting there trying to explain to the family what happened. Then you go outside, and I'm talking about a typical day. At that point, you feel that all the sadness and the grief in the world are sitting on top of your head. They're inside your chest, squeezing you. You can't even breathe. And you sit down, and you think, and you stand up, and you walk outside. And one day, I walked out of this measles tent, and the Sudan Air Force sent a bomber overhead. I looked up and I said, drop this bomb on top of me. This grief is too much. Just do it. And then something happens. You shake yourself a bit. You walk over and you see a kid there. And he says, hey, Doctor, kif. I say, hey, anaquest, mabatal. He just wants to play with you. You go to the female ward, and there's an old habuba, an old grandmother, who says, doctor, thank you for being here. You go to the men's ward, an old man is there, and says, please don't leave us. And you slowly get your sense back, and you realize that we are perfectionists. These people who've been traumatized, who've been pushed down, under the thumb, oppressed for centuries, they don't need perfection. They don't expect us to do miracles. What they need is someone to sit there with them and suffer with them. That's what they need. If you can do that, you've helped all the people there. So really, I appreciate the Aurora and what they're doing, because my goal is to help to publicize a bit the plight of the people of the Nuba Mountains who have suffered tremendously over so many years. So thank you very much for this opportunity. Thank you.